What's up, LinkedIn? This is Sara from Kensington. This is our third round of channel chatter. As mentioned in my first interview, these are interviews with our members from the Kensington team who are normally in the background. And I wanted to bring them to the spotlight and feature some cool things we have going on here at Kensington. So today I have with me Lisa, and I'm going to try not to butcher your last name, Schuiteboer-Shuler, who is our ergo specialist. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Sara.
Yeah, no problem. It's great to talk to some people. I mean, you and I never really get to chat, so it's great seeing you on video. So how long have you been with Kensington?
So it's just over 2 years, which seems like forever and a really short time, all at the same time.
I know I'm going on 3 years next month, and it just seems like it's flown by. So it's crazy. But this year's been no whirlwind in itself. So, within those 2 years, what would you say has been one of your favorite memories here at Kensington?
Yeah, so I think I had to think long and hard about this when we talked about doing this interview, that I think the people were what came to my mind first, because I work with a lot of great people. But then really the reason why I love ergonomics and why I even got into the field that I'm in really shone through when I was at a trade show in Las Vegas. The first time I was at Ergo Expo with Kensington. And someone literally came up and gave me a very strong hug after they experienced our product. It's one of my favorite memories, just from the fact that it refreshes my memory of these are such easy solutions, and it really is a life changer for people though. So to know that I could help people out on a daily basis with the solutions that we provide is just a continuous memory from that hug or the thank you note or whatever I might get. Hearing from customers that the products really are helping them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's kind of like one of those memories that kind of is like, why am I doing what I'm doing? And then it's just a good reminder. So yeah, that's awesome. Well, being that you are Kensington's ergo specialist, obviously our ergo products are your main focus. Do you have one product that is your favorite to talk about or sell?
Yeah, I love the ProFit Ergo mouse, which is one of our vertical type mice. It's a game changer. It's a really affordable price point, and so it gets your hand in that nice neutral handshake position that so many of us are struggling with on a daily basis when we may not have the optimal setup. So for me, even prior to Kensington, that type of mouse was what I would highly, highly recommend. So the fact that we have that cost-effective and great shaped mouse in our portfolio, it's a game changer for us.
Yeah, I would say I'm currently using one of our trackball mice, the thumb trackball, and it's been a game changer for me too. I've never used something like that. It took a little bit to get used to, but I wouldn't go back to a regular mouse. But I love our Ergo products too. So I know we're all working from home these days. I'm sure you're getting a ton of questions. What would you say some of the areas are that people are talking about needing solutions for or having problems with that they might come to you for advice?
Yeah, so it really all goes back to the basics. So basically, whether you're working in an office or at home, it's really the same 4 spots that people have issues with. It might just be experienced in a little bit different way when you're working at home versus the office. And those 4 areas would be your neck, and then your wrist and elbows, forearm area, your low back, and then you can't forget about your feet, which a lot of times we do, but a lot of people are having issues with those as well.
Okay, so let's start with the neck. What would be some of the top products from Kensington you would recommend for that?
Yeah, so there's tons of products out there, but if we're talking about working from home, the number one product I've recommended during COVID and even pre when we're looking at mobile setups would be the Easy Riser Go. And so it's a foldable laptop stand, super, super portable. But one of the number one issues with people working from home is that they don't have a dedicated office. And so they're working at the dining room table or wherever it might be that day. And that's really a future-proof solution too, as we start working from anywhere. People might be working from a cafe or a weird office that they might not be used to, and they can still use that to set up and get their monitor at that nice eye level position that they may not have had the option to if they were working just on their laptop.
I know when I interviewed Taylor, she said that was her favorite product, and it also collapses, so it's like easy to go on, if you're traveling and working. But also I've seen it for, kids learning from home, getting their Chromebook up on there too. So it's got a lot of variations, and I think it's great for adults and kids. So next on the list for wrists and elbows, then what would you recommend?
Yeah, so it's really almost like a package deal. So basically, if we're recommending that laptop riser, no matter what type of monitor solution, you're going to have a keyboard and mouse that's there too. If you're working just off your laptop all day long, you're crunching yourself, you're making yourself in this very bad posture overall. And so getting yourself extended out to that keyboard and mouse goes back to my favorite product I mentioned already, the ProFit Ergo mouse. And then we have a keyboard called the ProFit Ergo keyboard. Those come in a set, or so it's really however you want to connect and have that connectivity available to you, but they're Bluetooth and wireless, which is really nice too, to have the option depending on what that preferred connectivity is.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more requests for Bluetooth, as sometimes you don't have some USB or something to plug it into. So that's awesome. I would say next on our list is lower back. What do we have for that?
Yeah, so the lower back is an interesting one that in a traditional area, people might say a new chair is that vital necessity. I say you don't have to spend that money when we have something like the Conform backrest available that can slip over that magical wooden dining room chair you might be working on all day. Or if you just purchased a simple office chair for your home or even your regular office that doesn't have all the bells and whistles, that Conform backrest has smart fit, so the adjustability based on our hand size, based on that US Army data. So really scientific results to get that adjustability we're looking for, but it simply slides over whatever type of chair. I've even recommended it for people that are driving long distances to put on their car seat too. So it's got that flexible back. Some people call it the lungs or the kidney beans. I've heard all types of names. My neighbor actually borrowed mine while she's working from home, and she calls it the angel wings because it's a lifesaver. So that might be my favorite so far. But
That's awesome. I was trying to picture which one it was, but once you mentioned the shape of it, I know which one you're talking about.
yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Lastly, we have our feet. I know we have a variety of products. Which one would you say you recommend the most, or is your favorite to talk about?
Yeah, so when I started at Kensington, I had to pick out from the plethora of footrests they had available for my home office. And I picked one and I've used it since that day. And it's our Soulmate footrest that has the memory foam top on it. And so for me, working from home, the fact that I don't have to have shoes on, it's just me walking around, that kind of thing, being able to put my feet up, having that rocking and adjustable action of the Smart Fit again built into it. It's awesome to have that comfort there in your home office. But then, once you go back to a normal office, it's great to have that comfort there too. But that memory foam is the best part about that footrest.
Yeah, I never had a footrest before, and since working from home and kind of, talking with people about products, I kind of got my own setup so I could speak to it. And I don't know how I didn't have a footrest before, because now it's like my feet are elevated and I feel like, I'm sitting proper, like how I should be. So definitely I too would recommend having a footrest.
And it doesn't just have to be short people either. So it's not just one, shape and size or anything like that. That as soon as you put that footrest out there and you have your desk at a good height for yourself, you really do start sitting back in your chair, like you mentioned, and have that better posture because you have to start at the feet to get yourself set up.
Yep, for sure. I definitely can notice a difference, and I am short, but I think, like you said, either way, I think it's really great. So those four are definitely like key areas that, I think everyone, doesn't really think about, but now that we're all working from home, it's something that I think is top of mind. Is there any other advice you could give for ergo type products we might have?
Sure. I mean, I think it's not just based on products. We have tons of products that are out there, but in order to get that full benefit from our ergo solutions that are there, the movement is. So we mentioned the adjustability in several of our products, like the footrest is the rocking action. The mouse has the vertical type orientation, so it's keeping you more neutral. Laptop riser has several adjustments. And the reason behind that is it's not the single position that we're in that's most important, but it's that movement that we have throughout the day. So we did create a stretch guide That's a really great resource. And so people are able to see simple stretches you can do at your office or in your kitchen. No other equipment's needed. And it's been really great just to keep getting up throughout the day, especially when we work from home. It can be really long hours sometimes, and just getting those breaks in there frequently.
Yeah, I feel like since we're not, commuting and going to the office at some point, we're just working even longer hours and we lose track of time. So definitely, getting up, making sure you're eating and water and hydrating, stretching, all that is super important. All this was like super awesome information, great info. So thank you so much for, going through a few of those. Um, I don't think when we worked in an office that ergo was something that was really top of mind that we really, thought about. But we really should have, because obviously people are starting to have back and neck issues more frequently. So we can definitely see all the benefits of using them or the negatives if we don't and keep working, like you said, slouched over on the kitchen table or working at the couch. And I know we only talked about a few products, but we have a ton more at Kensington. Um, so thank you so much for going through, tips and tricks and some of the ergo products that we do have. And to all our resellers, we appreciate you watching. Email myself or Lisa with any questions you might have and visit kensington.com for more info. Until next time for the Kensington Channel Chatter. We look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
One selector.